What is going on there, everyone? Welcome to the channel. We are live Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and I've got some things to talk about today. We're going to talk about our Fastly trade, and we're also going to spend some time talking about what I think may be one of the next hottest stocks, and I did enter a position in it today, so we're going to look at that chart. We're going to talk a little bit about it. And if anybody has any stock symbols they want to look at, anyone wants to look at Tesla, we're going to take a look at that, of course. And of course, we have to talk a little bit about the overall market. Dow hitting 30,000 yesterday. But let's go ahead and take a look at the overall markets. We do have the S&P 500 currently down almost 9 points. The RUT is down 9 as well. The Qs are up 1. The Dow is down 1. And Bitcoin lost 19,000. We're down almost 200 on Bitcoin. Take a little bit at the action in the S&P 500 today, and then we're going to get into talking a little bit about some more of these stocks, including Jfrog. F-R-O-G is Jfrog, the next hot momentum stock. Going to take a look at some key levels in there. Here we are looking at a 5-minute chart of the S&P 500. This is somewhat typical for a holiday. If you want to watch paint dry, you might just sit here and watch the S&P 500. More than likely, odds on, the numbers are we are going to continue to go sideways, but there is a little bit of an interesting trade that I'm keeping an eye on, as it may provide an opportunity. It's unlikely that it will provide the opportunity, but in the event that it does, I want to be the first one, or I want to be there to catch it today because it could be completely epic. Let's scroll out just a little bit. Here we are looking at the 30-minute chart, including the overnight session in the S&P 500. You see, we kind of had this resistance. We got above it in the overnight, and we didn't really open it. If you look yesterday on this run-ups after the open, we have almost a complete vertical move straight up. Then we kind of went sideways, and now we're forming a little bit of a sideways at value area low here. Odds are we're just going to move sideways to up. Not much action as we are heading into the afternoon of a holiday weekend. Remember, no trading tomorrow and only a half day on Friday. However, because there is no real volume here, this is kind of going to be a little bit of a pocket. So what I'm watching, because it is a holiday afternoon, there could be a lot of traders away from the desk. A lot of the algos could be turned off. A lot of your buy orders to catch a dip could be turned off for the week. If we get a break today below today's low of 361.48, I will be looking to go short on the overall market as an intraday trade, as we kind of take this move. And my first target, this seems like it would be an epic move. The first target will be this 360 level, which is yesterday's open. If we keep going and we flush down from there, we could see an epic move all the way down to 358. That is a very unlikely move, but if it is going to happen, it would start with a break of today's lows. So I'll keep an eye on a little bit, set an alert. If we get a break below 361.48, I will be taking that short on the overall market in the S&P 500. Now let's take a look at the stock of the day. Did enter a position in this. Wow, I didn't look at it the last few minutes. I was getting ready for the stream. We kind of had a little bit of a pullback. Look at Jfrog is the company, ticker symbol F-R-O-G for all you home gamers. Go ahead and take a look. This is a recent IPO. And I'm going to go ahead and take a look at it here. Sorry about that. Should have turned off the notifications. Have to learn how to do that. So here is the IPO. This is as far back as we can go in this company. And so we have opening day of this IPO, this red candle right over here, this low, which is this first red line I put on the chart. And now we are breaking above it. Had that on my chart. So we have run up to 95, just kind of an epic collapse. And so I am currently long. I bought stock because I might see this thing go all the way up to the moon. Why don't we get the previous highs or above, as we have seen in Palantir? We'll review that trade in a minute as well. So I am along some Jfrog, as we kind of had this consolidation in the box after the IPO, which is just an absolutely bullish trade. In the box consolidation, which was below the low of the IPO day, which is very typical. This is a very standard pattern, happens all the time in Jfrog. Now we're getting this move up above it, so I am long Jfrog. Let's take a look at what they do. The other thing, look at this website. Looks great. It appears to me that they have a couple things that they do. The first is they have like this development technology. They help kind of push out things for companies, as well as one of the things that kind of surprised me that I didn't really know that they did is if you go to products here and then you've got Jfrog X-Ray, they do container security and universal artifact analysis. Now, some of that is a bunch of gobbly goop to me, but the fact that they do some container security, we would think as we have more into the reopening, they should just continue to grow. So overall, it looks fairly decent as far as the company is concerned. And the stock chart just looks absolutely amazing and getting a big push here intraday back to the upside. And it is above it. It looks like it's going to close above the box. So I am long some Jfrog, and we'll kind of see how it goes as it continues to go up, 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 up. The other one that just keeps going up, 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 up is PLTR. Another 13%. Remember, I got in this a little bit ago. Very similar trade to what we saw with the Jfrog. And I got in here at 1580. Look at this return, up 71%. Are you kidding me? Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Jfrog could be very similar to PLTR. Where are we at on a price target for PLTR? I don't know. We're in clear air, clear sky. This is a breakout. Hopefully it does make a move a little bit back. I did sell some covered calls to kind of give the hedge in case it did. In case I have to trade around this position a little bit. But PLTR just continues to go up, up, up and away. Let's take a look. Everybody always is watching Tesla. So let's go ahead and take a look at Tesla. New highs again today. If you're in this, I still stand behind the one time framing, and that is the previous day's low. So as long as you don't close below the previous day's low, we were up, so that would be here. As long as we don't close below 526 today, and then whatever today's low, as long as you keep moving up, moving up, moving up, there's nothing you can really do if you're in it other than enjoy the ride, because every single person out there seems to think that this thing is going up, up, up and away. Let's take a look at our Fastly trade, FSLY. Remember, we sold puts in Fastly with our stop at 80, and this stock could not be performing any better and respecting our stop. Look what it did today. Let's go down a little bit smaller time frame. Remember, this was kind of our line in the sand that we put in there when we entered the trade. If it got below 80, we were going to take it off. I was going to take it off. Tested it, bounced, came back, tested it, kind of came up, dipped below, opened below today, and then ripped back up. 83 is kind of a perfect mark for us, for me, as we did sell that 86 put for $300. So anything between 83 and 86, I will get the stock and get to keep the premium. So kind of hoping that we kind of stay in that, as we are off tomorrow for Turkey Day, and then only a half day on Friday. So premium is really going to come out of that as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at a few other things. Another stock that I am watching today is Kodak, making this kind of really crazy, ridiculous move, and I can't find any information on it other than they did raise kind of the minimums or your percentage as far as margin requirements if you're short the stock or long as well. So maybe that had something to do with a little bit of a pop. I did take a smaller position today just to see, I'll have a stop out, willing to risk some just buying the stock, because you can't help but notice what Kodak has done when it's gone on these runs. Remember on that news, we went from 2 to 60. That was kind of a crazy epic run. But we had another one here from 6 to 10. That's an epic move too if you're in at 6 and it gets all the way up to 10. So if it's going to run again, I want to be a part of it. Stop in this area at 758 for me on Kodak. Let's take another look at the overall market. As we're kind of sitting here at these all-time highs, not a lot to say that's bearish on this, other than we have just gone up, up, up and away. But just because it keeps going up doesn't mean it can't continue to go up. And so we're looking in here. SPY continue to do the same thing, just staying in the range. So maybe we'll get that move, that flush to the downside. Maybe we won't. We are kind of getting ready to head into the holiday weekend. So if anybody's got anything, put it in the comments. We'll take a look at it. If not, I think we're going to turn it off. I'll take a look at the SPY. Watch this kind of for the rest of the day. And don't forget, on Monday, we have our stock pick of the week, the trade that I make using only $100.
I'm Bill, and I trade stocks and options. And every Monday, I post a video showing a trade that I'm making using a maximum of $100. Let's get into this week's trade.
And as we're headed in here, it looks like the S&P 500 is making a little bit of a move up, so probably very little to no chance that we see a break of the low of the day. If we do get, which is higher probability being a holiday, if we do get above today's open, this could be just another melt up to who knows where, as we are on light volume, and it could just have an epic run up here too, heading into the holiday weekend. So that's all I have for today.
Game over.